New York Republican gubernatorial candidate Carl Palladino is now coming under fire for saying he doesn't want children to be, quote, brainwashed into thinking that homosexuality is acceptable. Speaking to Orthodox Jewish leaders in Brooklyn yesterday, Palladino also criticized Democratic rival Andrew Cuomo for marching in a gay pride parade earlier this year.
I didn't march in a gay parade this year. The gay pride parade this year. My opponent did. And that's not the example that we should be showing our children. And don't misquote me as wanting to hurt homosexual people in any way. That would be a dastardly lie. My approach is live and let live. I just think my children and your children would be much better off and much more successful getting married and raising a family. And I don't want them to be brainwashed into thinking that homosexuality is an equally valid or successful option. It isn't.
Willie, war game this for us.
No.
Candidates talking about being brainwashed by homosexuals.
Reading from a prepared statement.
When asked to clarify, or perhaps if he wanted to retract any of it, here was his response from the campaign. Carl Palladino simply expressing the views he holds in his heart as a Catholic. Carl Palladino is not homophobic, and neither is the Catholic Church. The majority of New Yorkers agree with him, is the argument from the campaign.
I was at P.J. Clark's a couple of nights ago.
Really?
And I saw two homosexuals a couple tables up. I think they may have been trying to brainwash me with
Oh, my God.
Just with, like, X-ray vision. Yeah,
Were you upset when they sent over a free drink to your table?
No, not at all.
No,
that's gentle persuasion. Yeah. No, seriously? See, this guy is the best that Republicans have in New York State to run for governor.
I mean, it's just a cartoon.
Not too late for you, Joe.
Speaking of cartoons.
I think it is way too late for me. Seriously, can you believe that? Hey, look at the front. Hold on the front page of the New York Post for a second.
Is it the New York Post?
Yeah. Sexiest woman alive.
That's Jeter's girlfriend.
Okay, but sexiest woman alive?
She's one of them, I would argue.
I mean, what are you doing? Seriously, are you hoping that we'll give you an opinion on this? The picture again, just flash. He's actually reading. Just re-rack. He's reading prepared text.
Bring this up, but if he wrote this or an aide wrote this, why would he say, I think people should get married and raise a family with his own background as well? Does anybody see the irony of this?
Yeah.
He didn't get married and raise a family for one of his kids, and that's really, again, I don't consider that to be my business or anybody's business, but if he's going out making a statement judging how other people live, then...
Yeah.
Palladino has a daughter about the same age as Cuomo's, but he had her with a mistress outside of his 40-year marriage and did not acknowledge the existence of the child until just a few months ago, and so far, she doesn't do parades with Daddy. Palladino made his comments to a conservative religious audience at the Carlsberg Synagogue in Borough Park, Brooklyn. According to a report in the New York Post, female reporters and photographers were banned from covering Carl Palladino's anti-gay speech for religious reasons. While the event was going on, some women on the upper floors of the building dumped water on the banned journalists. The Tea Party-backed candidate amplified his comments this morning. Though Palladino has admittedly never attended the parade in question, he continued to issue parental advisories about it.
Young children should not be exposed to that at a young age. They don't understand, and it's a very difficult thing. And exposing them to homosexuality, especially at a gay pride parade,
Andrew Cuomo issued a standard New York Democrat response.
We've seen attempts to try to divide us before, and we've always rejected them. We celebrate our diversity. We know that we're different. We're Italians, we're Jewish, we're straight, we're gay, we're upstate, we're downstate. But that's what makes us special, and that's what makes us great. And don't you dare try to make it a weakness when it's our greatest strength.
Welcome back to the Ed Show, and thanks for watching tonight. Let's follow the money on the campaign trail right to Minnesota's 6th congressional district. The mostly rural area is the most expensive district in the country in this election cycle because of one person, Michele Bachmann. Bachmann, well, I guess you could say, doesn't have the chops to condemn the bigoted, homophobic statements of New York Tea Party candidate Carl Palladino. She was asked about Palladino this morning on the Today Show.
Do you think that he was wrong to say that, especially given all these hate crimes that we've seen recently aimed at gays?
I think people in the Tea Party movement agree on about a 70% set of issues, and it's a fairly wide umbrella, but it's been uniform from the rise of the Tea Party movement until today. The message hasn't changed.
But again, Congresswoman, do you think that Carl Palladino was wrong to say what he said about homosexuals and homosexuality?
Well, I think really that isn't the issue that we're focusing on in this election.
Well, Michele Bachmann dodging a straight question. How many times? Twice. She didn't have the character to give an opinion because, you see, she wants the Tea Party to look mainstream and just wonderful to everybody. Bachmann's psycho sister Ann Coulter, she's not afraid to hide her feelings on the issue. The hate merchant is openly embracing Palladino's bigotry.
You want to stick up for Palladino, do you?
Yes, I think someone on this network should, this great warrior to cut your taxes, New Yorkers. I think it's a little bit offensive to merge gays with gay left-wing activists. That was the only thing he was condemning.
I think the word that Mr. Palladino used was brainwashing. I think the dirty little secret of the Republican Party is that they're all thinking what Palladino is saying. Bachmann, Coulter, Palladino, they want gay people to take a back seat of the bus for the American dream. 3 weeks from tonight, Bachmann and the Republican Party plan to take America back, I guess you could say, to the 1800s. My next guest is going to do what he can to help stop that from happening. Joining us now is Minnesota Congressman Keith Ellison. What do you make of Michele Bachmann, who's been the lead person, the lead personality beyond being elected official, the lead media talker when it comes to the Tea Party, yet she would not condone what Mr. Palladino said?
Well, Michele was Minnesota's #1 gay hater when she was a state legislator. So she was famous. She made herself famous by campaigning about gay issues and being against them. So this is something that is perfectly in line with her political history. I mean, she may not want to promote that because since she's been in Congress, she hasn't talked about her history. But everybody in Minnesota knows Michele Bachmann very well for her rallying against the gay community while she was a state legislator.
So you could come to the conclusion that her answer on the Today Show was not completely truthful or paralleling her political career of the past.
Hey man, she was doing a political two-step, and she was, doing some dancing, some fancy dancing up there. The truth is that she has said things perfectly in line with what Palladino said in his first set of comments in her own political history. So I don't know why she wouldn't just come up and say she agreed with him, because if you look at her service in the state legislature, she clearly does.
Congressman Keith,
I mean, if she doesn't agree, maybe she could come on and say so.
I would love to have that happen. I'd love to have the both of you on the program, but of course she is very selective of where she goes. She likes the safe havens, and she could not answer the direct and tough question on the Today Show this morning. I think it's very telling about the Tea Party movement. Keith, good to have you with us.
Why wouldn't she just say it's wrong?
Yeah, well, it's not in her heart. It's not in her belief system. It's not in her heart. Congressman, good to have you with us. Thanks so much.
It is obviously important to all of us that homosexual marriage does not become the law of the land. Let me tell you that for every logical argument we can bring to show that it's a very bad idea, the other side, spreading the stain of secular socialism, will bring 3 better arguments that it's a very good idea, and then it's simply our argument against theirs.
It turns out that you have to go into rehab if you use the word faggot. So